Loken couldn't move his legs. Every heartbeat was agony in his lungs, as the muscles of his chest ground against splinters of bone. He coughed up clots of blood with every breath, and he was sure that each one would be his last, as the will to live seeped from his body. Through a crack in the rubble pinning him to the ground, Loken could see the dark grey sky. He saw streaks of fire dropping through the clouds and closed his eyes as he realized that they were the first salvos of an orbital bombardment. Death was raining down on the Coral City for the second time, but this time it wouldn't be anything as exotic as a virus. High explosives would bring the city down and put a final, terrible exclamation mark at the end of the Battle of Isstvan III. Such a display was typical of the War Master. It was a final epitaph that would leave no one in any doubt as to who had won. The first orange blooms of fire burst over the city. The ground shook. Buildings collapsed in waves of fire, and the streets boiled with flame once more. The ground shuddered as though in the grip of an earthquake, and Loken felt his prison of debris shift. Hard spikes of pain buffeted him as flames burst across the remains of the Parliament building. Then, darkness fell at last, and Loken felt nothing else. 100 of Tarvitz's loyalists remained. They were the only survivors of their glorious last stand, and he had gathered them in the remains of the War Singer's temple. Sons of Horus, Emperor's children, and even a few lost-looking World Eaters. Tarvitz noticed that there were no Death Guard in their numbers, thinking that perhaps a few had survived Mortarian's scouring of the trenches, but knowing that they might as well have been on the other side of Isstvan III. This was the end. They all knew it, but none of them gave voice to that fact. He knew all their names now. Before, they had just been grime-streaked faces among the endless days and nights of battle. But now they were brothers, men he would die with in honor. Flashes of explosions bloomed in the city's north. Shooting stars punched through the dark clouds overhead, scorching holes through which the glimmering stars could be seen. The stars shone down on the Coral City in time to watch the city die. "Did we hurt them, Captain?" asked Solithan. "Did this mean anything?" Tarvitz thought for a moment before replying. "Yes," he said. "We hurt them here. They'll remember this." A bomb slammed into the presenter's palace, finally blasting what little remained of its great stone flower into flame and shards of granite. The loyalists did not throw themselves into cover or run for shelter. There was little point. The War Master was bombarding the city, and he was thorough. He would not let them slip away a second time. Towers of flame bloomed all across the palace, closing in on them with fiery inevitability. The battle for the Coral City was over.